Hello YouTube! Today I'm going to do another top 10 favorite songs video. I did a similar video for Panic at the Disco not too long ago, and I actually edited it right this time. I actually used a real deal app for it, and I put some effort into it, so. And I really liked how it turned out, and it got pretty good feedback, so I thought that this time I would do my top 10 Paramore songs. And I'm really excited to do this video actually because Paramore is really a special band to me. I got into them like a really long time ago. I was pretty little back then. And this band kind of like in a chain reaction got me into all the bands that I'm into now. I mean, I'm still into Paramore, but like Paramore got me into like Icon for Hire. Icon for Hire got me into My Chemical Romance. My Chemical Romance got me into Panic at the Disco. Panic at the Disco got me to 21 Pilots, and it just kind of goes on like that. And so I'm really excited to do this video. I hope you enjoy, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. And the list is on the way. Okay, so starting off the list, we have, for a pessimist, I'm pretty optimistic. And this comes out at number 10 for me. This is the first song I ever heard by Paramore. And that's why it's pretty special to me. That's why it made it on the list. I'm pretty sure it's the first track off of their album Riot. And I love that album so much. And it's just such a good opener track. It's a very like pop punk track. The lyrics are kind of like really spunky, like something that's pretty typical of Paramore. And I just really love her voice in this song. I really like how kind of like it has a lot of nerve. Really, like, it has a lot of attitude. And it's such a nice listen. It's so upbeat. It's kind of heavy actually. And I just really love this song, especially because it's the first I ever heard. So that song's special to me, and that comes out at number 10. Here We Go Again comes out at number 9. This song I heard a bit later, once I kind of like backtracked into more of their discography. And this song was really special because I found a really cool acoustic performance of it, and I really love it. I'll always find this song, even if I haven't listened to it in a long time, I'll find it stuck in my head, like, all the time. And I love the guitars in the very beginning. That little riff is just so catchy. It's such a, like, earworm, it just gets in your head. And, the lyrics are kind of like saying, like, I can't say I'm sad to see you go because I'm not. So there's more of that attitude there in this track. And it's just so catchy. I love the bass in it. The bass line is really cool. I obsessed over this song. It's definitely one of my favorites off of their very first album. And so Here We Go Again comes out at number 9. Now, this song, Ain't It Fun, it comes out at number 8, and it's the only song that's going to be on the list from their most recent album, which is just titled Paramore. But this track really stuck out to me when I listened through the whole album. I mean, I think it's like 17 tracks. When I listened to it through that whole long album, this one I really loved on first listen, or actually, I think I heard it on The Voice. A couple years ago, Paramore performed on The Voice with one of the contestants, and they did this song, and I don't think I'd ever heard it, actually. I really loved the message of this song. It's like, don't go crying to your mama, and it's like, it has kind of like a message of like, you know, you kind of have to handle yourself in the real world, and it's not going to be like when you were a kid. Musically, the song is so fun. It's such a fun song to listen to. And I love like the little instruments. I don't really know what they are. I guess it's like xylophone or something like that. I think it's like kind of more in like the opening riff and some of the verse. I love the bass in it. I love the way the instruments are so much, and Haley sounds great on this track. especially when I heard it live. I mean, that really made me love it. So, Ain't It Fun comes out at number 8. At number 7 is All We Know. The opening track, actually, from their very first album, All We Know Is Falling. This song was really special to me because once I first heard it and I was discovering like their first album, I listened to the song and I was like, whoa, this is such a rocker. It's so heavy. I mean, it's heavy for Paramore. It really is. And I always loved it. I always loved how Haley sounded. Those high notes in the chorus, they really caught my attention. And she was only 16 when this album came out. When this song came out, she was 16 years old. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's really a memorable track because it talks about the bass player, Jeremy. He had left in the very, like, right around when Paramore was first forming. He ended up leaving. And this song is kind of about that. And even, like, the album cover of All We Know Is Falling, it shows, like, a couch with, like, a shadow on it. It's supposed to be kind of like a metaphor for Jeremy leaving the band. And so this song's pretty emotional, and I'd say it's pretty mature for a band so young, you know. It's really impressive. And I love the guitars in it. I mean, in the bridge, when it gets really high-pitched, like, it really kind of caught me off guard the first time listening to it. I think I was listening to it really loud through headphones, and it kind of, like, scared me. But yeah, I really love this track. I love it so much. So, All You Know comes out at number 7. At number 6 is the opening song from Brand New Eyes called Careful. This song always really just caught my attention because of the instrumentation especially. This song is so good musically. Like, the guitars, they sound so awesome. Another thing is Haley's vocals, again, are really memorable here. She has kind of like, I guess, like a growl in her voice during the verses, the first verse, and she sounds kind of like angry, but she conveys it well, and it's really believable. It's really an amazing song. And then, like, the drums are so quick in the chorus, and I always just loved the instrumentation of this song. Like, I never really paid attention as much to the lyrics, but instrumentally, I mean, like, it really makes it amazing. So that song comes out at number 6. At number 5 is the song Let the Flames Begin from Riot. When I first heard it the first couple times, it's one of those things where it did grow on me. I love, like, the effect on Haley's voice during the chorus. Like, she has, I don't really know what it is, but it kind of makes her voice sound, like, kind of interesting, and I always just really love how that sounded. I felt like it fit really well with the song. I love the guitars during the bridge, actually. I thought it was such a catchy little riff. Again, this is one of those things where it would just repeat over and over in my head, like, just that one part in the bridge. I always just love, like, how driven and determined this song is, because in the lyrics it's like, what a shame we all became such fragile things, and it's kind of like inspirational, you know. And I love the lead guitar part so much. That's probably my favorite thing ever about this song. I've always just really loved this one because it's such, like, it's like a classic to me. Like, I listened to it so much when I was younger, and I think actually Careful might have a little bit more musically than this song, but this ended up ranking higher because of the memories that come with this song, I guess, for me, and the fact that this song just has awesome lyrics. So, Let the Flames Begin comes out at number 5. At number 4 is Ignorance from Brand New Eyes. This was my favorite song from that album for actually a really long time. A couple years ago when I first heard this album, my sister really loved this one. She had it in her car for a really long time. And whenever I would, like, hear this album in her car, then I'd be like, play Ignorance. Just play Ignorance. That's the best song ever. I really, really loved it. I always just thought this was, like, the anthem. It was such an anthem, you know? You know, it's talking about how, like, change can be good. And it's almost kind of, I think Haley actually wrote it about Josh, which is kind of funny because he's in the band and he, like, accepted it and let it be on the album, even though it's written about him in a kind of negative way. But it's such a spunky song and it has so much attitude and so much punch to it. It is so pop punk. It is so quick. I love Haley's vocals in it. She, again, sounds just pretty angry, I guess. On the Brand New Eyes, she really does sound, like, angry and just full of, like, power and full of emotion, especially. She shows a lot of emotion in this track, and I really loved it for that. I always wanted to sing just like Haley does on this track. Like, I tried to learn how to sing this song, and it's actually kind of funny. I tried to sing just as high as she does in the chorus, which I failed miserably. I just always admired and I always loved this song. It's just an amazing song and it's so memorable in, like, their career. This is just, I mean, who could forget this song? So, Ignorance comes out at number 4. So, at number 3 is Crush, Crush, Crush from Riot. This was also one of the very first songs I heard by them. Actually, the first couple times I heard it, I thought it was just okay. I wasn't really listening that much. I wasn't really paying attention. I just thought, oh, it's alright. I like the others better. And I wasn't really listening because I was, like, stupid and I was, like, 11 years old. And, but then really quickly this song ended up growing on me. And, I remember I showed my dad, like, right when I was getting into Paramore when I was younger, I showed my dad 2 of their songs. For a Pessimist, I'm Pretty Optimistic, and the other one was this song. And what he ended up saying was, I don't like the first one. I don't really like, you know, For a Pessimist, I'm Pretty Optimistic. He said he didn't really care for that one, but then he said that other song was very impressive, though. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I impressed my dad with the music that I listened to. That's actually really cool. But he said, I really love the rhythm in the chorus. And it's really amazing because, it's like, the way she sings, like, when she says, that never happens, on that last syllable, all the guitars and the drums just hit super hard, and it's really well done. It's very well written. I don't really know what it's about as much. I think it's about, like, I mean, in the music video, there's, like, these people with, like, there's these dudes with, like, binoculars, and they're, like, staring at the band performing in the desert. I love that video, by the way. I always wanted to get Haley's eyeliner look. So, but this song was always just super memorable, and it's so well written, and I think that's why it ended up ranking so high on my list. So, Crush, Crush, Crush comes out at number 3. At number 2 is their song Decode. This was released between the albums Riot and Brand New Eyes. It was released for the Twilight soundtrack and was probably the only good thing about the Twilight movie. Yeah. So this song is so well written. It is just amazing in every way possible, and I can't even describe how much I love everything about it. The lyrics are really good for a soundtrack song. And you can tell that they wrote it for the soundtrack of Twilight, and it does actually fit pretty well. I love, like, the transitions between the chorus and the verse. I think that was so well done. My favorite thing probably about this song, or my second favorite thing, is Haley's vocals. She sounds incredible here. Like, no one can do this song like she can. And also, one last thing I'd like to mention about this song before we go on to my number 1 pick. These guitars. art. They're just so amazing. And they're so catchy, and I love them so much. And toward the end, there's a really awesome guitar part too. This right here. I can't play guitar. But I love the ending. The ending is so memorable. Not a lot of songs do this. Not a lot of songs really focus on the ending, and I just thought that was amazing. So Decode comes out at number 2. My number 1 pick is All I Wanted, the closing track off of Brand New Eyes. Now this song is number 1 for a couple reasons. I've always loved this one. It's so amazing the way the transitions are. The very first verse is just, it's so quiet and calm. And then about a minute in, it really goes hard hitting and heavy. And then it gets really soft again. And the way the lyrics are just, they do the imagery so well. Like, I imagine Haley pacing an apartment and it's black and white, and the chorus right here is so well done, and it's simple, you know? It's just that one little riff, and it's just Haley singing all I wanted was you, all I wanted was you, like 4 or 5 times, I think. But it's just done so amazingly. Her voice just soars on this track. It might be her most memorable vocal performance ever. Not saying a lot, because Haley has a lot of those, because she's a great singer. But yeah, I've always just loved how much emotion she has in this track. I love how quiet the verses are, but they do kind of build as the song goes along. It's so emotional and it's so special to me, and I love every second of it. I just love it so much, and I love the way they did this right here. That was just really well done. I just love how this song was composed and put together. I think that they did everything right for this song, and I think it was a great closing track. I pay attention a lot to opening tracks and closing tracks on albums. If you watched my Panic at the Disco list, you'll see that they're mostly just opening and closing songs. Same with Paramore, because that's just really memorable to me. And when they nail it like that, it's gonna end up really, really high on my list.